loosen the suspect.
Yeah. Yeah. You know the deal. Judah Ben. Yeah. Chill and reset. It's Tommy from the BX. Boxing is the attitude. Survival is the reflex. We taking over. We got now and we next. Cowards jock the style, so he birthed a lot of rejects. His YouTube algorithm is an asterism. You can tell cowards fake from their mannerisms. They all settle less. Chromosomes double X. If you try to cross time and you in trouble, yes. Cats begin alive crying on the internet over their opinions. Faggot, I ain't into that. He got a catalog of long, deep interviews. That's the resume when you deal with Mr. Dillamouth. We can keep it civil or it get physical. You can take the window or the stairs, whatever interests you. Chime in, cause you might learn a thing or two. Mr. Dillamouth knocking out your wisdom too. Yeah. Yeah. You know the deal, son. Judah Ben. Tommy from the Bronx. I had to spin the block again. Word 'em up. Shout to the BX. New York City. East St. Louis in the spot. Yeah. Welcome to D-Free Sports, where the NFL and not the NBA take the stage and hold center court. This be your channel for live, insightful commentary, your one fat source for combat sports. I hope you keeping up, cause I don't wanna lose y'all. Free got the illest insight on boxing and foosball. Hosted by D-Free, this channel dives deep into the X's and O's, so what be stepping on toes? Of course your man Judah always flexing his flows. I hope you checking your tone, give mad respect for the show. This ain't a channel for hate, you dudes ain't smooth enough, and if you cowards wanna debate, my man will chew you up. A lot of streamers be frontin', son, get your money up. He broadcasting live from the District of Columbia. Subscribe now and stay locked all season long, and bob your head to the music of my theme song. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know the deal. It's Judah Ben. Shout out to D-Free. Broadcasting live from Washington, D.C. Word 'em up. Yo, tune in. He going live. NFL Sunday. Word 'em up. Yeah.
Brought to you by Unusual Suspect 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real Conversations with KG.
Right now, I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing
And now
Talk.
the co is the main event. So That's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspect Sundays with hard
I'm
hit
talking about it's
sports.
really just about stacking this money, man, getting on these singles, staying positive, you know what I'm saying, and putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B-side with KG and TD.
Needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
An
Okay.
open mic featuring you.
That was a close fight. He got dropped a couple times, but I thought he out.
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
Yo, what's good, everybody, man? Hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday, August the 22nd, and we're here live. Well, I'm here live in the Bronx, New York, and I'm here with my co-host, my main man, D Free, representing the Usual Suspect 6, and we are going to be showing the Richmond PunchOut prelims here live. Right now, I'll just share it with you right now. Not much going on, so that's it. We are going to show the first couple fights of this pay-per-view. It is here live, as you see here. Nothing going on now, but we're going to talk a little boxing right now, and you know what I'm saying? And, guys in the chat, you guys can converse with us as well, you know what I'm saying, as we go along, you know what I'm saying? And then, we'll do a play-by-play of the first couple fights here. But basically, we all here for that, Natasha Spence versus, Precious McCray. That's the big fight for the WBA, I believe, WBA International Super Welterweight title. Natasha Nightmare Spence from Canada taking on Precious Harris-McCray from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Seattle, Washington. So that's the big fight tonight. We won't be airing that fight, so we encourage you to go ahead and buy the pay-per-views, $25. We share, the link is in the chat. I mean, not in the chat. The link is in the description, and we in the intro we was playing. Where you can go to not subscribe, but to go in and buy the fight itself. You know what I'm saying? But so right now I'm going to take it off the screen right now, and I'm just going to introduce my man D Free. And 1 second, D Free, before you go ahead, it's been a while, so
it's safe to say that our luck has officially turned around, guys. We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. Yeah. Classic. We are back. That's we are back.
We are back.
What's good, D Free, man? How you been, bro?
I've been chilling, man. What's going on with you?
Chilling, man. I've been busy, life's been lifing, you know what I'm saying? Busy with work, a couple things going on, you know what I'm saying? And we'll be back on this this content pretty soon. We got football season about to start, so we'll be going and we're going to be doing our football talks, me, you, and a few other guys, from STN. And then we'll get our boxing talks as well. But, it's just been busy, you know what I'm saying? So, but today is a good day. We got, the Richmond PunchOut today, and we got Teofimo versus Rolly tonight, So we've got a busy Saturday night, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
But yourself, man, how you been?
Man, I've been good. I mean, ended up having to buy a new vehicle a couple of weeks ago. My other vehicle kind of went out on us, and I got tired of dealing with it, so I went out and bought another vehicle.
Okay.
But other than that, I've been chilling, been sitting back, watching these people lose their mind about these fights that's not happening, things like that. And I mean, this is the sport of boxing. You're not going to always get what you want. And the fighter that you root for is not going to always please you in everything that they do. I mean, you gotta accept it. These guys have their own career and their own path, how they choose to use it, how they choose to go about their career. That's their job, that's their business. I mean, I think a lot of us, as far as fans of the sport, and some of us fans of the fighters, we get a little caught up in thinking everything that we want done is going to go the way that we want it. But it's not us that's getting in that ring. It's not us that's signing our name to that contract to get in the ring and fight these guys. So you gotta take that in perspective when you're looking at these fights that's not happening, and in fights that we think should happen, it's not happening. So I mean, I just seen a lot of people out here doing a lot of capping and a lot of making a lot of excuses for guys that they don't even know. Mm-hmm. And you don't know what's going on.
it's basically fans being fans and then somewhat fanatics. And fanatics, you know, and what fanatics do is they fall in love with fighters, bro. And that's what I've been kind of preaching the last few times I've been up here doing content, whether it's on this channel, your channel, Usual Suspect 6 channel. Is like, stop falling in love with these fighters, bro, because they don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna do something that's gonna disappoint you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? When you fall in love with these fighters, and that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. You know, years ago it was the Tank Davis fans. You know, and then now we got more of like the Shakur fans, and then more recently the Devin Haney fans, and it's okay. It's okay to root for your favorite fighter, but some of the comments that I see in some of these chats and content creators' lives, it's just diabolical, bro. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And let's let the fighters do what they got to do, and let's talk about the fighters that are in the ring making things happen. You know what I'm saying? And let's build up these fighters. People are so quick to tear down fighters rather than build them up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Devin Haney and Shakur, I love them. I think they're great inside the ring. I think they possibly could be number 1 and number 2 pound for pound. It's debatable. It's very debatable. And there's a good argument to say yay or nay on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But the outside the ring, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They say some things on Twitter. They say some things in interviews and, in their teams and stuff like that. And it's just stuff that you cannot defend. And at the end of the day, if a guy's not active, we got to move on to the next. And today, we got some good fights today. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta build up these fighters. Last night we had a fight, and there's another example of how people are very selective when talking about fighters. Amanda Serrano, who I'm a big fan of Amanda Serrano. I think she's an all-time great female fighter. She's been in the sport for about 18 years, 37 years old, and she had a stinker last night. And I've been calling for her to retire for a couple years now. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think she should be fighting anymore. I've been doing that as a fan. But you have these other people that come up here that don't even talk about the good that she does. She had 2 fights before. She fought in May 30th, and she got a knockout win. And then she fought January 2nd or January 3rd, and she got a unanimous decision win, right? But all people want to do, there's no lives or videos or anything talking about that as far as what she did when she won. But if you go back to when she lost to Katie Taylor, it's like they talk bad about her. And then obviously the video's coming out today. Oh, don't compare her to this girl. Why do we always got to compare to somebody else after a loss? And that's what I'm talking about. These fans are just ridiculous. Like they all they do is hate. They'll make it look like they want to praise and defend fighters and build up fighters and say they're supporters of the sport where they're not. You know what I'm saying? All they want to do is tear down fighters and look at the bad of what they do. And I just think that's just insane.
Yeah. I said that earlier today. As far as Amanda Serrano, I'm a huge supporter of Amanda Serrano. I won't call myself a fan because I'm a fan of the sport. I don't call myself a fan of the fighters. I call myself a fan of the sport. I'm a supporter of the fighters. And I said that earlier when I was on Cam J's channel earlier today. I said I think it's time for Amanda Serrano to hang it up because what I saw in that fight, I saw a lady that didn't look like she had her legs under her. And if anybody was watching that fight and they watched Amanda Serrano when she was in the back room, she was getting her legs massaged before she came out. And I'm like, she didn't look like she had her legs up under her. I think Father Time is starting to show himself in Amanda Serrano's career. And it's about time for her to hang it up. I mean, I know she wanted to go out there and get the record, but I mean, sometimes it doesn't go your way. And I think that fight was a lot closer than what the judges had it. I wouldn't have been mad with a draw. But I mean, this is the sport of boxing. You're going to see things different than other people see it. I can't say what the judges saw was wrong. I'm just going by what I seen on TV. And the judges have a different view than I have. I'm able to see every angle. The judge on one side only could see from one angle. A judge on another side can only see from one angle. So they don't have the luxury of being able to see it every angle like I am. So I saw it a lot closer than the judges did. But at the end of the day, she's had a hellified career. There's no other female in the sport of boxing today that can say they had 50 fights. and they only had 4 losses and 1 draw, and they had 32 knockouts. There's no other female that can say that. So whether you say you can't compare her to such and such, you can't compare anybody to her, because nobody else in the sport of boxing has done what she done. So she's an 8-division champion. She's a unified champion. She made more money in the sport of boxing than any other female. So I mean, there is things that you could say for Amanda Serrano that you can't compare any other female to her as well. So I just look at it from both perspectives. And like I said, as a supporter of Amanda Serrano, I think it's about time for her to hang it up. She might go out there and try to get that knockout record in one more fight, but I think I heard her say in an interview earlier this year, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that 2026 was going to be her last year. So she might try to get one more fight in and try to get the record, but I think the end is near for Amanda Serrano.
Yeah. Well, first off, shout out to everybody in the chat coming through, watching this. Like I said, when the fights start, we will be airing the fights. I will be showing the fights when they start, the prelims. Right now, there's nothing going on. I'll share the screen right now. As you see, they're still setting up. So, but as soon as something pops off, we will be, doing the commentary of the fights. But back to, Amanda Serrano. And like I said, salute to everybody in the chat. My man, DP Rocka, 2 Cents Boxing. Pedro, my man, Pedro's in the building as well. And he says, man, are you Miss Serrano's PR person? Well, let's get back to it. Let's go to it. So everything you said, D-Free, I'm in 100% agreement of what you said. She is. But let me put out some facts out there that some of the haters and some of the people that tear down the sport forget to point out as well. She's 50 wins, 4 losses, right? 3 losses to Katie Taylor, where she moved up 2 weight classes to fight. And 2 of those fights, she arguably won, and they gave her the loss. She's got 1 draw, 32 wins by way of knockout, right? She's been a pro since 2009. 2009, that's about 17 years as a professional. I heard a content creator earlier today, somebody that I have a lot of respect for, but, he's been a little shaky when it comes to the support of these fighters, criticize and say, hey, she's not old. She's only 37. We've seen Bud Crawford do this and that. There is no fucking comparison between men and women and between the pools that they fight in. That the women's is a much smaller pool, right? And she's been a professional for 17 years. And may I add, she's also did martial arts and MMA as well. She's got professional bouts as well. There's a lot of mileage on that little body of Amanda Serrano. And this is not me making excuses. These are just the facts. And listen, before this fight, I said that she shouldn't be fighting anymore. She should not be fighting, and that they trying to get this record and it's watered down. I compared the record to Strahan getting the sack record against the sack record against the Packers when Brett Favre laid down for him to get the sack. It's a watered down record. You know what I'm saying? It looks good. It looks nice, but at this point, I don't think people really care about that. You're already established. You're already a Hall of Famer. You're already an all-time great, not an all-time great female, an all-time great fighter in general, and an all-time great Puerto Rican fighter, probably the best Puerto Rican fighter, period, as far as accolades and accomplishments. So, this knockout record, to me, it means nothing. And you know what I'm saying? To me, like, you already established, you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? Like, she said after the last night's fight that she had 1 more fight. I don't even want her to have that 1 fight. I don't. I think she needs to she's done enough. She's promoting fighters. She got fighters to promote. She needs to take a back seat, promote the fighters. She's still a big name in the sport where she can sell and help these fighters grow. She doesn't need to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I heard and I see in the chat 2 Cents saying that she should fight Bumgarner and pass the torch maybe. No, because it's not going to be respected. And I'm going to compare that to because if Bumgarner goes in and beats Serrano and knocks her out, are we going to elevate Alicia as being way better than Amanda? Because if that's the case, remember when Hector Macho Camacho fought Sugar Ray Leonard,
right?
And are we going to say that Hector Macho Camacho is better than Sugar Ray Leonard because he knocked him out? right? And they were only like 5 years apart. It wasn't that much of an age difference, but Leonard was out of the ring for a while. Leonard was kind of damaged goods at the same time. So are we going to compare that? Are we going to do that? Because based on the way everybody does on their boxing talks, that's what people like to do. Oh, but he beat him. But are we really going to say that Hector Macho Camacho was better than Sugar Ray Leonard? No, absolutely not. And that would be that. I would compare that to Alicia fighting Amanda right now, because I don't think Amanda has a shot against Alicia right now. There's no way, especially after last night. I don't think she has a shot.
Well, I've talked to somebody that's close with her camp, and they said that fight probably would, well, that fight would never happen. For one, because Amanda is Alicia's promoter, and for two, the money is not there for them. They said that's the only way that fight will happen, if the money is there for them to make that fight happen. So the chances of that fight happening is probably slim to none. Especially for Amanda Serrano's last fight, if they really try to get the knockout record, they're not going to put her in there with Alicia to get the knockout record. They just not going to do it. I mean, you said, but it's a torch, passing the torch moment. It's a passing of the torch moment, but at what expense? At what expense? Because I think when you say passing the torch, is it passing the torch to make Alicia Bungana the best fighter in women's sport? Because people still want to look at Carissa Shields. So it should be Carissa Shields passing the torch. Amanda Serrano, what is she passing the torch for? Because when we talk about people passing the torch, we're talking about the best pass the torch down. We're not talking about another good fighter pass the torch. We're talking about the best fighter passing the torch.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see it. And then people are gonna, we already know people are gonna criticize no matter what. You feel me? Like, if Alicia goes in and fights Amanda and she beats Amanda, they're gonna say that Amanda wasn't, 100%. It wasn't the same, and they'll criticize it either way. And if Amanda goes in and wins, they'll say that Alicia wasn't that good to begin with. Like, people will always find a way to say something negative to bring down a fighter. You feel me? What I'm saying is that she's already accomplished what she needed to be accomplished, and that a lot of these content creators and a lot of these people that supposedly watch the sport, which I don't even think they watch female boxing like that, they're quick to tear down and say, who did Amanda beat? Well, Amanda beat a lot of top girls. You know what I'm saying? She's a lot of top girls in her division, and she moved up in weight, 7 weight classes. You know what I'm saying? And when the men do it, it's all great. You know what I'm saying? And let's talk about it, right? Because that's, we didn't say names, but Clarissa Shields has been beating up people, but she's beating up people with world titles. You know what I'm saying? But the girls that she's facing are up there in age as well. The girls she just fought was like 40-something years old, and she got, she stretched her. You know what I'm saying? But she was supposedly world champion. Are we saying that's a great win? You know what I'm saying? Like, people pick and choose as to what is great, what is good, what is so-so. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man. I just think, we need to be more consistent. Like, that's why I said I don't personally think Amanda should keep fighting, and I've been saying it since the second Katie Taylor fight, right? I didn't even want her to fight the third fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I think
I'll drop the link for a little bit. I'm sorry, D3. I'll drop the link for a little bit. Once the fights start, we're gonna call the fight. So yeah, we're gonna do positive. So I'll definitely drop the link. We'll keep the conversation going. Hold on one second. Everybody's welcome to come up and speak. Go ahead, D3. My bad.
No, I'm gonna say I think there's other ways of passing the torch. Like, she can literally get the torch passed to her by Amanda Serrano fighting as the co-main, and Amanda Serrano let her be the main event. I think there's multiple ways of passing the torch. It doesn't necessarily have to be a fight, because I don't think it'll be an entertaining fight if Amanda Serrano gets in there with Alicia Bungana. Based off of what I just seen last week, yesterday. I'm sorry. Based off of what I just seen yesterday, I don't think it'll be an entertaining fight. I think it's more so it was almost like what people was expecting to see last night. they was expecting to see Amanda Serrano go beat this girl easy and the fight be over with. And they will say, "Oh, well, that was an easy knockout on her record to get the record." So I don't know. I mean, I'm different.
I hear you. Salute to my man Supreme Beast Boxing, aka Cadillac Red, in the building. Salute to you, bro. And 2 cents. What's good? Salute.
What's up? I just was hopping up here real quick because I'm doing a fight party tonight too.
Okay.
And Rosie better win because they're gonna troll me for weeks if he don't. But the thing about Serrano, I didn't know Serrano was Alicia Baumgartner's promoter, and the reason why
she's not.
No, I thought you said she was her promoter.
No, she's promoting other fighters like Rosado. She promotes her, and she's got a couple other fighters that she promotes. Yeah. Chris. Why can't I get her? Crystal Rosado? She promotes.
Yeah, she's like that. She's like the AR with MVP because she does have the partnership with MVP, but she's like an AR. She finds the talent and bring them over to MVP.
Yeah, go ahead, 2 cents. Yeah, so she's not. Yeah, I might have misworded that. She's promoting other fighters, not Alicia. Like Alicia's, I mean, MVP's the promoter, but like Amanda, promotes other fighters as well, like underneath her. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, this is what I was saying. I just think the way I'm thinking about it, right? I get what y'all saying. I don't disagree, but I'm just thinking like you got Alicia Baumgartner. Because I feel like Baumgartner is like missing her moment right now. We need more than quote unquote one face of women's boxing. It can't just be Clarissa, and we already know Clarissa and Baumgartner. They can beef to continue to bring attention and eyes to themselves and to the sport, but we all know they never gonna fight. So Alicia Baumgartner can now step into people are already calling her the face, but now it's time for her to get these fights because she got big fights that she could make so she can get the eyes and start to get the following and getting the people showing up at her fights. And I think her fighting Amanda Serrano would just, that'll be like a big moment for her. And it'll because there's a lot of eyes on Serrano already. So then she'll, I guess, kind of like pass that following on to Baumgartner theoretically, right? But I think Baumgartner needs to do she has the momentum, she has the attention, but what is she going to do with it? Like she's not doing anything with it. I heard she's supposed to be announcing a fight soon, so hopefully it's a good competitive fight that people want to see. But like, when is she gonna go to 35? Like what is she gonna do with this momentum and the attention that she's getting right now because of just what's going on with women's boxing, the big event that Clarissa just did, and all of that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, they should do the fight to pass the torch. And the thing about Serrano being 37, women do box up, and they box older than the men do because a lot of women boxers don't start till later in life. So Amanda Serrano being 37, I get it. She has been boxing for 17 years, but I think that maybe she still could do a few more competitive fights. I think she may have a few more in her. Y'all don't think so?
No. After what I saw yesterday, she don't. Her legs is not there anymore. Like I'm used to seeing Amanda Serrano box around the ring. Amanda Serrano was just standing there.
Yeah,
she was just standing. That's not the same Amanda Serrano that I'm used to seeing. Like even if you go back to a couple fights ago, the fight with Katie Taylor. She moved around the ring a lot more than she did last night. So I don't think she can. She will still be competitive because that's the spirit that she has and that's the heart that she has. But would it be an entertaining fight? Do you think last night was an entertaining fight?
I was just about to ask you that. It looked entertaining to me. It wasn't looking the best, but it was entertaining. You don't think so?
It was all right. I mean,
it was okay.
It didn't look. Amanda just didn't look right. Her legs look bad. She just looked old and slow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even the way she was throwing her jab, she looked old and slow. What class
was she at? You think she need to move up?
I think she just needs to quit, bro. I just I'm serious. Like I've been saying it since the second Katie Taylor fight. She's even when she speaks, it seems like she's slurring her words a little bit too. Like I think she's taking a lot of damage. She's got a lot of miles. My man Supreme Beef Boxing says maybe Amanda should have focused on who she was fighting instead of being all up in the videos, hating. You know what? You're right. I mean, but that's a little petty back and forth that they got, because they've been kind of doing these petty back and forths for a couple years now. But I don't agree with it. But I mean, fighters do what they want to do.
I think it's good for the sport.
Yeah,
I think it's good. I think because it's showing women being competitive. They're going back and forth. I don't know why people be all up in arms about it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what do we? This is what the sport is about.
Yeah, it brings more eyes to it, because I mean, if they didn't do it, people wouldn't be talking about women in the sport of boxing. They'll be talking about the men every day, all day, like they do already. The only time they really talk about women is when there's a fight coming up. But I think you need some type of beef between some women so you could bring up the women, because if there's nothing going on in the women, like Gabrielle Frendora, she's a hell of a fighter. Nobody talks about her until it's time for her to fight. She's a hell of a fighter, but ain't nobody talking about her. Ain't nobody talking about Carolina Dubois. She's a hell of a fighter. So there needs to be some type of beef between these women, because nobody pays attention to the women like that.
Well, I agree with
the men clearly love talking about the women in their drama. They love it.
You know why I think the men do that, and they talk about, because I think women's boxing, you get a more chance of them fighting the best. I think you got a better chance than the men do. I think that's just that's why I see they might do that. I can't speak for everybody, but I think maybe that's what it is. Like my man 903 says, Alicia needs to go up and fight Caroline. I agree, or at least move up and fight somebody at that weight. She's already accomplished everything at 130. You know what I'm saying? I think she needs to move up to 135 and build up the fight with Caroline. Listen, I still think she beats Caroline. I think Caroline's a little bit too green right now. I don't think she's quite ready yet. I think eventually Caroline is going to be a monster. I think, she's improving. But right now, I think Alicia wins. But at the same time, Alicia should move up and fight those girls at 135. There's some good fighters at 135.
It's looking like she don't want the smoke, TD.
Yeah.
And from what I've been hearing from a lot of people, I mean, TD heard it as well. She's starting to smell herself, and a lot of the women over at MVP is not agreeing with the way she's moving. So I mean, she's missing her moment, because right now you got Katie Taylor's about to retire. You got Amanda Serrano saying she's not going to fight past this year, and then we don't know what Carissa's going to do. If Carissa's going to, Carissa already said she's going to have a baby next year by Papoose. So
that girl ain't having no baby.
So if she does follow through with that, then that means she's out of the sport of boxing for at least a year. At the minimum, she's out of the sport of boxing for a year. So they're going to be looking for that other person to be a star. Right now, Alicia Bumgarner is the only other star, because all of these other women are not outspoken and not as flamboyant as Alicia Bumgarner and as far as the rest of these women. So they need somebody else, and she's missing out on her moment, because she could be making a moment to become one of the biggest names in the sport of boxing now that these older fighters are leaving out, and you got another one that's possibly going to decide to start a family.
Yeah, listen, when it comes to Alicia, I think Alicia is good, and I think she's talented, but she doesn't come close to being that star that she thinks she is right now. And what I mean by that is that she just had a good fight with the Korean girl Shin. I thought that was a good fight. I thought she won clean, and Shin was very tough. But I was at that fight, and it was in the theater, and she was the main event, and there was some good fights in the undercard, and they didn't do well ticket-wise. And if you can't do well ticket-wise in the theater, how can you do well ticket-wise in the bigger arenas? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all cool and great to have the big platform and you're fighting on ESPN, but at the end of the day, you're not really selling tickets like that. And Alicia needs a dance partner if that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I think she's starting to feel herself. I think she needs to challenge herself, move up to 135, make those big fights, and build up the sport even more. I mean, female boxing is been built up the last 3 years. It's been moving up. You feel me? And now all of a sudden, these fighters are getting a little bit complacent at where they're at. You know what I'm saying? They can still make big fights. You got Michaela Mayer and Cameron, they're fighting next week. That's a big fight. That's a huge fight. I think that's a 50-50 fight. I would edge it a little bit to Michaela Mayer, but Cameron is good. And if Mayer wins, Mayer and Clarissa Shields is a great fight after that. And I think Mayer could give Shields a good run for her money. She's not beating Shields, but still, that's a fight that people would pay to see. You know what I'm saying? So Alicia's got to do that too. She's got to, I know Clarissa says some things here and there, and people don't like, what comes out her mouth sometimes. Me, I don't have a problem with her because, I have little biases here. And one of my biases is if you talk to me well and you don't disrespect me and you treat me like a regular person, then I'm gonna treat you with respect too. And at least and I met Clarissa twice and she's been mad respectful, mad cool. So I'm not gonna go and clown her, you know what I'm saying? But give the girl her credit. She's went up in weight and down in weight. Now I know the competition is not the same as with the little girls and the younger girls. I know that. But at the same time, moving up in weight and coming down in weight, that's no easy task. And I thought she looked great for somebody that lost like 20-something pounds to fight at 160. I thought she looked really good. You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of people are giving enough credit for her just getting in shape for the fight. Forget about the opponent. Just talk about how she looked coming down in weight. And I thought she looked really good.
And I don't think people realize that fight was about the event. Like that was a showcase fight. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't like because she's talking about fighting Michaela Mayer next. So I think that fight was more so about the event. I feel like that was her crossover fight. Like she really, stepped over into the superstardom with that event. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, the Alicia. I thought Mayer beat Alicia, but it was very close. I thought it was very close. It could have went either way. I scored it for Mayer in that fight, but Alicia never ran it back, and obviously Mayer's a lot bigger now. But I had Mayer winning that fight. Very close though.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. I mean, but yeah, she definitely needs to have an arch rival, at a lower weight class that she can fight, because she's never going to be able to get that fight with Clarissa Shields being as small as she is and Clarissa being as big as she is. They're never going to make that fight happen.
I'm gonna put the sound on this. It looks like the fights might start. Let's hear it. Let me hear what they're talking about. Hold on. Is it? Let me know if y'all can hear it.
All right, y'all. I'm about to hop off. I got to get ready for my fight party.
All right.
River City has always been a fight
Thank
town.
you. Appreciate it.
For generations, Richmond, Virginia has echoed the sound of leather hitting the canvas. From legendary battles of local icons to the packed neighborhood gyms to electric nights
I'm gonna make the screen a little bigger.
Preceded, that has proved that Richmond's heart beats red, white, and blue-collar steel. This rich tradition didn't just happen, it was forged. And tonight, we carry that torch forward. Championship-minded promotions in conjunction with In My Corner, Inc., East End Boxing continues to raise the bar in boxing and the Commonwealth. And it started with the Main Street main event, where we set the bar high. And then we went on into the Rumble at the Raceway, where not only NASCAR proceeded, but we proceeded to set the bar high with expectations of championship boxing. And now we are here in the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Center, continuing that tradition of leather and canvas. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause. Before we begin, we'd like to honor a special guest in the house tonight. Miss Khalila Ali, the wife of Muhammad Ali, is here in the building tonight. Please give her a big Richmond welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next time you see me, it will be fight time. And we have some electric fights on the card tonight. And we have 2 championship belts that will be fought for right here in this very ring. So DJ Reese, take it away.
That man sound like Big Drop Drake.
Let's see. So it looks like they're gonna start. Let's see who they starting out with. I have the fight card, but I don't know what's first, second, third. So so as they come out, I'll figure it out and I'll put it on the screen. But there's 5 fights. We know the main event is Natasha Spence against Precious Harris-McCray. But I don't know what the leadoff is. Who's the Ricky Henderson? Who's the leadoff hitter? That I do not know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. But yeah, man. And tonight we have the pay-per-view, which I don't even know why I don't think it should be pay-per-view. Rolly Romero versus Teofimo. I don't think that's a pay-per-view. I don't think the card should be pay-per-view, but we have that later on tonight. Definitely an intriguing fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm picking Teo to win an upset. I think. Well, actually, Teo's the favorite in this fight. The last I checked.
He's the favorite. Yeah,
he's the favorite. I like Teo to win. A lot of people think Rolly's going to stop Teo. If that happens, that'll be great. I mean, I think Rolly needs to win by knockout to elevate his name. He hasn't been in the ring in a while. Salute to my man KG.
Actually,
KG is in the building. He's literally in the building where we're watching right now. I don't know where, but he's there right now. Salute to my man KG.
Actually, I think Rolly, to elevate his status, I think he needs to outbox Teo, because everybody is picking Rolly to win by knockout. They figure if Rolly's going to win, it's going to be by knockout, similar to what they did with the Ryan Garcia fight. But if he can go out here, outbox Ryan Garcia, and then turn around and outbox Teo, that actually elevates Rolly Romero. That elevates him more than just going out there and stopping Teo, because people already suspect Rolly as the bigger puncher. If he lands the shot, Teo probably can't take it. That's what they already suspect. So I think if he goes out here and he outboxes Teo, that elevates him a lot more than just knocking Teo out. But I did pick Teo in a close fight. I picked him for a split decision because I do think Teo is a better boxer than Rolly. But I wouldn't be surprised if Rolly wins this fight, because Rolly has gotten better being under Ishmael Salas. So I'm rooting for Rolly, but I picked Teo.
Okay. I don't know who to root for. I mean, I'm picking Teo, but honestly, I don't know who to root for. I think I'm rooting for Teo because I'm picking Teo, and I just feel, we spoke about a little bit about Devin Haney a little bit earlier as far as, the fights, and, he can't seem to get a fight. I know Teo ducked Devin already last year. He admitted it. He told us straight up. He said he didn't want to take the money to fight him because he didn't want to give up his title to move up to 147. He wanted to defend his ring title, which he eventually did to Shakur and Laws. So he definitely, to me, I don't like using a duck, but he definitely didn't take the fight with Devin. But I feel if he does beat Rolly, I feel like this time he'll make that fight. And I think that's an intriguing fight to see, because I think at this point, any fight Devin Haney's in is intriguing because we want to see him in the ring. But so that's why I'm rooting for Teo. I think if Rolly wins, I don't think Rolly is going to fight Devin ever. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a bigger chance for Teo to fight Devin, and then you get a unification fight. Whether you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think if the situation presents itself for him to fight Devin, I think he's in a better position to take the fight, because when the fights were being offered to Teo before, he was in a position where he was an employee of Top Rank. Now he has a promotional deal with DAZN, so all that money is coming to him. He doesn't have to pay a promoter. He's in a better position, so he can negotiate the fight the way he want to negotiate the fight. So I think it's more of a chance that the fight can happen now than it was when he was under Top Rank, because of the money aspect.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, and supposedly Devin is with DAZN too, right? That they didn't announce any particulars, but supposedly he signed to DAZN just like Teo. So that's another reason why I feel like if Teo wins, it's a better fit to get closer to a unification and maybe closer to undisputed at 147. Because at the end of the day, we want champions to fight champions. You know what I'm saying? And that's not happening at 147. And 147 has always been one of the premier divisions in all of boxing. after heavyweight, because heavyweight's always going to be number one. Even during the dead area with the Klitschko's at heavyweight, heavyweight is usually number one. But welterweight, I felt was like either number 2 or number 3. Sometimes middleweight used to be premier, and middleweight now is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's all I want to see. I want to see the top guys fight, and I want to see the younger guys get their opportunity. But there's no action at 147. None.
I'm waiting to get confirmation on Devin Haney being signed to the zone, because I still haven't seen any confirmation of that. Not doubting that he is, just haven't seen any confirmation of it. Because when they signed T.O., they came out right away, and then T.O. ended up getting the fight with Rolly shortly after. So I don't know. I mean, if Devin is signed to the zone, why hasn't he had a fight made yet? This man literally hasn't fought since November of last year.
Yeah,
we about to be in November in a couple of months. This man has been out of the ring for a whole year.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, D-Free, because I got the counter. I'm always ready for this, right? Because this comes up all the time. So you ready for this? Here we go. Drum roll. I think we have it on StreamYard too, but fuck it. It's been 273 days since Devin Haney has been in the ring. 273 days. That's 39 weeks. 39 weeks, bro. That is insane. And you know what? Today is August the 22nd. He fought on November the 22nd.
Yep.
Right? So that would mean it's been 9 months. The 12 months in a year, 9 months. September, October, November. 9 months since Devin Haney has been in the ring on the dot.
Yeah, on the nose.
Insane.
Literally 3 months away from being out for a year. What's going on, odd fella?
Salute to my odd fella who is also in the building. And when I say in the building, I mean he's in the building. He's there. He's somewhere there. I can't see him right now. I thought I saw him walking around a little earlier, but he's there.
That's him right there. That's him right there with the ball head. That's him right there with the ball head. That's him.
Wait, who?
Say with the ball head. That's him right there with the ball head. That's him.
I think he had a hat on. He had a hat on. You know what I'm saying? But I think I saw him earlier. But yeah, but shout out to man, our fella's in the building. I believe he's going to be doing commentary as well. So
there you go, right there. There you go, right there with his back to us.
Yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah, that's him right there with his back to us.
Look, yo, our fella, we see you, bro. I don't know if he's listening, but we see you, bro.
He's standing up right now.
He just stood up. He's like, yo, why they showing me on camera? He just walked away. That was odd fella. Look at odd fella. He got out of the shot. He got out of the shot. That's very unprofessional. Very unprofessional, man. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, that man been out of the ring for literally 9 months. It's exactly 3 months before it be a year today.
Yeah.
So I mean he got to get a fight. I mean the way it's going right now, according to what Bill said, they didn't want Tank Davis to fight until next year. Well, you ain't got no fight lineup, and it look like you won't be fighting until next year neither. So you might as well would have should have took the fight with Tank Davis for next year.
But let's be real. I don't think we should even be talking about Tank Davis either. He hasn't been in the ring in like 2 years. Like I mean, not 2 years, but much longer. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't got a win in 2 years, and he's a little guy. I don't want to see that. Listen, Devin Haney. As much as people will call me a hater or Devin Haney hater, Devin Haney is the best welterweight fighter right now, in my opinion, at 147. The thing is that he can't prove it to everybody else and even prove me right because he's not in the ring, bro. I'm not discrediting what he does in the ring because, like I said, number one, baby, in my BFTV voice, number one, he is. He's the top welterweight without a shadow of doubt. I got him over everybody, but I just want to see him, perform against a top guy and just prove me right and prove the haters wrong. That's all we want.
I accept your explanation on why you got him number one, but I'm gonna tell you, like I tell everybody else, I don't have a number one at 47 because these guys are not fighting each other. Everybody right now is tied up for the top spot. You got Ryan Garcia, he's not fighting a guy that's been at 47. This guy was at 54, 50, and 60. He's about to fight a guy coming back down to 47. He was never number one. You got Rolly Romero fighting a guy that's coming up from 40 for the first time at 47. He ain't fighting nobody that got a belt at 47. You got Devin, he ain't fighting nobody. And then you got Liam Powell, who's in talk of fighting a guy moving up from 40 as well that never fought at 47. So I got everybody tied for number one spot. I don't know who's number one. I would say I have Devin as the favorite, but I'm not giving nobody the number one spot until they get in the ring and mix it up. I'm not giving anybody anything. You earn what you get.
I hear you, and I think I think you make good points, but I think with you making your points, I think it kind of proves that Devin Haney is still number one because Ryan beat Barrios, but he didn't deserve that shot, and now he's fighting a guy that hasn't fought a welterweight in years, like you mentioned. Rolly's fighting a guy that's moving up from 140 who just had a loss in his last fight. Liam Powell, we already seen him lose to Hitchens at 140, and now he's moved up and he beats a guy that we really don't know anything about, and now he wants to fight a guy that has been stopped in like 3 of his last 4 fights or something crazy like that, you know what I'm saying, or has lost 4 of his last 5 fights in Cambosis. I mean, listen, all we want, or at least all that I want, is we want the division to be a little bit more active, and until it's active, I can't really speak about it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather speak about other fighters and other fights that are taking place. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I would hope, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like if Tio wins, I think we'll get a better possibility of a unification with Tio than with Rolly. You know what I'm saying?
I think we'll definitely get a unification. I don't know if it's going to be with Devin, but I think they're trying to line up Ryan Garcia. He gets past Conor Ben, the winner of Tio and Rolly. So I think they're trying to line that up next. So I think we do get a unification. I just don't think Devin is in the mix with that, as far as Tio. Or, we know he's not in the mix with Ryan because they took Ryan off the goddamn list that they just put out again, the new list that they put out. They took Ryan off the list. So,
there's a new list?
Yeah, there's a new list. Ryan is not on the list. They got Shakur number 1. They got Keyshawn Davis on there. They got Jack Catterall, Liam Powell, Tiger Johnson. Who else they had on the list? It was a couple of other guys, but Tank Davis wasn't on that list. Ryan Garcia wasn't on the list. Jerome Bucenis, I think Jerome Bucenis is off the list as well. I think Jerome Bucenis.
Go figure.
I think. I'm not 100% sure because I know Cam J got the actual list, but yeah, they put out a new list. And
unbelievable.
I'm trying to figure out why do you have Keyshawn on there when Keyshawn just ducked
you? Yeah. At number 2, you said?
I think Keyshawn was like number 2 or number 3. Somewhere around there.
This is insane.
Now I wasn't mad at that Tiger Johnson was on the list because there's some beef there. So yeah. I understand why he's on the list. But
and it's a storyline. You could build the story there no matter what. Like that fight makes money.
And I understand why Liam Powell was on the list. He has the title. I understand that. But why is Jack Catterall on your list?
Jack Catterall accepted everything, supposedly. Yeah. See, the thing is this, it's like what people will tell us is that we don't know what's behind the scenes, but we can go off the energy of what you type in Twitter or what Bill says in these interviews. And Jack Catterall added Devin Haney and said, we agreed to everything. And then he went out and said, I see what you did. You're trying to get Liam Powell. So be it, so be it. And Devin Haney kind of like agreed. There was no like hostility. So basically, in my opinion, I take that as that they accepted the fight. Like it's legit. But you'll see people in the comments and people in some of these, chats saying that Jack Catterall didn't want to take the $3 million. Nobody ever mentioned any money. Yeah, so they're calling Jack Catterall a duck, but the last I checked, he accepted, and it looked like Devin acknowledged it.
Yeah, he accepted. I mean, like I said, there's literally he at Devin Haney, and I believe Bill Haney was tagged in it as well, and he said, "Yeah, they trying to paint me as a duck or something like that to that effect." But we accepted everything. We accepted the fight. We never heard anything back, and then his manager reiterated what he said and said pretty much the same thing. We accepted the fight, and never heard anything back. So I don't know how people are trying to paint him as a duck when he literally at Devin Haney saying we accepted the fight, but we never heard anything back. I didn't see no tweet from Devin Haney saying, "Nah, that's not true. We sent you an offer or whatever have you. You wanted more money than what we sent you." I didn't see anything like that, and I've been looking because I saw the tweet from Jack Catterall. I was waiting for Devin Haney to respond. Never seen any response as far as you're lying.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and honestly, I can't care much about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people talk about it, and that's why they keep saying that he's the face of boxing, which I wholeheartedly disagree. You can't be the face of boxing if you can't get a fight. I mean, the face of boxing would get a fight no matter what. Somehow it would happen.
Man,
I mean, I just don't understand.
Face of boxing be having niggas knocking down their door trying to get a fight.
I just disagree. I think he's an exceptional fighter. I think he's great, but you're inactive right now, buddy. You're inactive there, buddy. So we'll talk about the fighters that are active, and we'll wait till you finally have your next fight, whether it's going to be a year and a half. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? But rolling a TO tonight, the undercard is kind of like Yo-Yo's on the card, and your cousin is on the card.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. Do you know much about the opponent? I know he's fighting a guy. He's Dominican.
Yeah, he's a good opponent. Well, I'm not gonna say a good opponent. He's solid. And he's gonna come to fight. He's gonna throw big shots. He got decent boxing ability. The only thing I just hope that Antoine don't get into a fist fight, because that's how he lost his last fight, the fight that he lost, well, the only fight that he lost. That's how he lost that fight. Because he got into a fist fight instead of boxing, doing what he does best. He got fast hands, he got good footwork, he got decent defense. Use that. Use your ability to your advantage. Don't go out there and fight the next man's fight. Don't make it easy on the next man. Make it much harder on them. It's already hard enough. They got to deal with your hand speed. They got to deal with your footwork. Make it even harder. So I think it's going to be a good fight. Like I said, I picked Antonio in a split decision because I know at some point he's going to get into a fight because that's his demeanor. That's what he does. He can easily win this fight on the outside, but he's going to get into a fight because that's the Russell way. They don't back down from anybody. That's what they do. They if you punch them in the face, they coming back to punch you in the face. So I know at some point it's going to get into a fist fight, and we're going to see Antonio get touched up with shots that he shouldn't get caught with. But I still got him winning. I think this is going to be a good fight. It's going to be a very entertaining fight. But I don't think this dude is going to be that difficult that Antonio can't figure him out.
Okay. I know both of them are southpaw, so that'll be interesting. Both southpaw fighters. I'm not sure how old is Gary Antonio. I know the other guy, the Dominican, is 31 years old. They list him, right?
Antonio is. I tell you in 1 second. Antonio, he's in his early 30s. He's not that old.
Okay.
Because if you look at Mr. Gary Russell, he's 37, 38, somewhere around there. So Antonio is a few years behind him. He's not right behind him. He's a few years behind him. Antonio is. They don't even have his age up here.
Yeah, they don't. I was checking. Yeah.
I'll put it up. I'll pull up his his Instagram, because I know he got it on his Instagram.
Yeah, Victor Santillan, Dominican Republic, from the Dominican Republic.
He's 30. No, that's Antonio is 33.
33.
Antonio,
okay.
Yeah, he's 33. That's what I say. He's a few years behind him. He's not right behind him, but he's a few years behind him.
Okay. Yeah, Victor's 31, 16-2. Southpaw boxer, 7 knockouts, not really a big puncher. Super bantamweight is where they fight. Gary Antoine, he's 21-1. He got the one loss. I was at the fight that he lost. He was on the Deontay Wilder undercard. On the Deontay Wilder versus Hellenius undercard in Brooklyn, New York. He lost to Emmanuel Rodriguez. in a technical decision loss. And then he's only had 2 fights since that in 2022. He didn't fight in 23. He fought once in 24, and then he fought last August in against Derwin Rodriguez in Florida. So hasn't been very active. So maybe this is the this is the starting point of getting more fights and moving up in the rankings at super bantamweight. We'll see what's up. I mean, he's talented.
I think with PBC getting this deal with the Zone and they having a deal with Amazon Prime, I think that a lot of these fighters might be a little more active now because they have more platforms that they have to put fights on now. Because they got the Amazon Prime where they still have a deal with them where they have to put fights on, and now they got this the Zone deal where they have to put fights on. So I think we might start seeing PBC fighters get a little more active.
Okay. So we'll see what's up. And then on the co-main event, I believe is the co-main event, is Yo-Yo Yoneli Hernandez from Cuba. I believe he trains with in the Boots camp. I think he does a lot of training out there in Philadelphia. Big knockout puncher, 10-0, 9 KOs. They say he's a real deal as far as his power. Keith Cologne's father is the one that really put me onto him and said he hits like a mule. Now, he says that about a few people. He also said that about Boots. But I take his word for it. The guy's a big puncher, 9 knockouts. The only person he didn't knock out was a formidable foe, Kyron Davis. Kyron Davis is a good fighter. He dropped Kyron Davis early in the fight and ended up winning a unanimous decision.
They go off color right there.
Oh, let me see. Let me put the sound on. Let's see if
Rolling with the Punches podcast. They had an excellent show a couple weeks back when they had the pleasure of interviewing our main event fighter, Precious Harris-McCray. She made some serious claims during that interview. She said she was going to let TD and D-Free touch the belt after she snatches it from Natasha Spence. I mean, so she's coming in here with some confidence, most definitely. However, that confidence wasn't on the same levels yesterday when I was able to attend at the weigh-in. Breaking news, she did make weight, but she had to take 2 times to make the weight on the second attempt. But once again, we do have a fight. They both have weighed in on the contracted limit of 154. We also have on the card the Canadian Cruiserweight World Boxing Federation champion in Henry Stewart. He's undefeated, has a reputation of having knockout power. He's fighting his best opponent to date, and Francisco Ruiz out of Mexico. So we definitely are going to see what it do. Once again, Henry Stewart, a fighting man from a fighting family, the Stewart clan. And we know what it is when you have a fighting family and a fighting man. They are always ready to fight. So definitely keep your channels locked for the co-main event for this evening, Henry Stewart against Francisco Ruiz. Another fighter of note, Rocco Vassallo. Rocco Vassallo is 15-0 with 13 KOs. Yes, a very gaudy record. However, there's definitely some decent opposition on his resume, albeit a great percentage of his fights have been fought in the Dominican Republic. But we all know that DR has a great boxing tradition, you know, dig? But it's interesting that Italian amateur had his professional debut and has been predominantly fighting out of the DR. It's only the last couple fights. This will be his second fight fighting inside of the United States, I believe. Rocco Vasallo, once again, is here to make a statement. Make a statement in the junior welterweight division. He also gave me some insight saying that I'm not going to stay here. I'm not staying at this weight class. I'm looking to go down further to 135 and have some lightweight contention, most definitely. And he's a big guy at 140, so he'll be a gigantic guy if he's able to make it down to 135. Now, I believe the weight that he came in yesterday was 138 pounds. My man said, I ate what I want, I did what I want, and I still can make the weight easily. So I don't think it's far out of the realm of possibility that he can definitely go down to 135, and he could be a serious dark horse down at that division. Once again, he's 15-0, 13 KOs. He stands 5'11". I would say 6 foot. I'm looking up at him, and I'm an average 5'9.5". You know what I mean? I was surprised by his size, and I'm still wondering how he gets down below 140. But yeah, keep your eyes on that. This will be our third fight of the night. Rocco Vasallo against a veteran in Gregorio LeBron out of the DR. He's coming to win too, albeit he's been on a somewhat of a losing streak, somewhat of a decline, but Gregorio LeBron has experience. He has championship title contention experience. The man has been in the ring and has performed for 12 rounds twice before. Rocco can't say that. Rocco, I believe his longest fight has probably lasted 6 rounds. He has been contracted for 10 rounds, but it's never lasted that long. We got the good doctor that has just pulled up beside me. Once again, we live at the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Complex for the Richmond PunchOut. Shout out Championship Minded Promotions. Make sure y'all tap into championshipminded.com for the upcoming events. But this is an event where you need to be right now. Tickets are still available. Limited tickets, because the people are filling in. Most definitely. KG, what's good?
The night is going to get started soon, and it's coming real fast. And people are slowly rolling in right now. Unfortunately, I don't know if you already told them. You know what I'm saying? We had a fight come off at the last minute.
No.
Unexpectedly, we had a fight come off because of a situation with a fighter's health. And first and foremost, the fighter's health comes first. So we had to scratch a fight off the card because of a fighter's health. And now we're looking to proceed forward with, I want to say, the second fight on the card that was supposed to be.
So Gilberto Alvarado will not be fighting tonight.
No, due to his opponent having health issues.
That's unfortunate. We was looking forward to seeing Gilberto Alvarado with the rumors of him having a style like Lester Martinez, correct?
Correct. Like the early stages, like it's an active tree type fighter. He's going to work up and down the ladder. Like you'll see him go to head, the body, back to the body, back up to the head. And the way he does it, it's impressive being at the early stages, only 20 years old. He's gotten a lot of spawn rounds in with Jalil Hackett. He works out with the headbangers. He's got multiple rounds with pros, but Jaleel Hackett is more so his main sparring partner at the moment right now. So he's getting
Jaleel. You said Jaleel Hackett is his main sparring partner. Who's his strength and conditioning coach? Because didn't the man come in 15 pounds overweight, KG?
Yes, he did, and that is completely unprofessional. So hopefully going forward, he's going to take this more seriously, and we'll have a replay on his pro debut.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We will be still getting a cruiserweight fight for the preliminaries, though. On deck, I seen them warming up in the back. We got James Williams out of Hampton, VA. He's making his debut. He's a sizable cruiserweight, standing at 6'3" tall. He also has a decent amateur record, and he didn't want to put no shine on it. I'm like, bro, you 24-2. Like, yo, that's something. There ain't nothing to sneeze at. And he's like, you right. You right. You know what I mean? So salute to him. He ain't coming in off the couch or nothing like that. He does have some experience. He's the B-side. Really thankful for this opportunity. You know what I mean? He's coming up in here against Carlos Franco. I don't have much information or knowledge about Carlos Franco, so I'll let you tell the listeners about Carlos Franco.
Carlos Franco is coming in on his second fight. First fight, I'm sorry if I can't recall his opponent's name right now.
Daniel Fry.
Okay. And that fight resulted in a draw, so Franco's coming out tonight to see if he can get his first W. And I was just backstage, and this guy was laying a lot of damn heavy lead back there. Heavy lead. Those punches sounded, I can hear nothing but thuds back there. I don't know if he's going to punch himself out back there, but I heard a lot of thuds. So one thing to know about Franco's coming in with straight power tonight.
Coming in with straight power, but he is coming in at a weight class he's never been at before. His last fight against Daniel Fry was at heavyweight. He weighed 223 pounds. He's under the cruiserweight limit tonight, KG.
Yeah. Hey, I want to make a editorial change right now that I made a mistake. No headbanger, thump yard. Thump yard for Gilberto Alvarado. My apologies to anybody that's listening. Thump yard, don't pull up to my front door.
Apologies, you know what I mean? Once again, we live at the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Center. Is it the center or the complex, KG? And I'm not saying Henrico right, because you know I was like on that what was it,
Laburnum, and you said the way you said it that anybody, this guy he's from Canada, and anybody that knows Godfella, he pronounces all of our foreign fighters, and the foreign fighters, he knows these guys' names right off top, the proper accent and everything. But he's telling me his location, and he's telling me I'm in Laburnum. And I'm like, Laburnum? What is Laburnum?
Laburnum. That's
So
how I look.
That's how I looked at him. And anybody from Virginia, and especially Richmond, knows there is no Laburnum in Richmond. It's Laburnum. Laburnum Avenue.
Shout out all my people off of Laburnum. I mean, I had to pull up on Laburnum yesterday. Give me some Raising Canes. I mean, yeah, that comeback sauce, it might make me want to come back later after the fight. Yeah. I don't know, you know what I mean? But shout out Richmond. The city's been great so far. I've been here. It's highly underrated, KG. And I'm starting to fall in love with this city. Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. The city has enjoyed you since you've been here, because like I said, you see the people, you know what I'm saying, they're welcoming based off of the areas that we've been, and the restaurants, all the restaurants that you've gone to haven't been disappointing.
Shout out my son Kingston, who's been definitely indulging in the American food over here. You know what I mean? We just did Chili's and got the Nashville mozzarella sticks. And for a guy that's lactose intolerant, I don't know if you want to be sitting beside me too close, but you know what I mean, we got that in check. You know what I mean? The air is definitely gonna be filled with sweat, blood, and maybe some tears out here because I'm expecting some upsets, KG.
I had a gut feeling you were going to expect some upsets, man, based off of you doing your deep dives and research when it came to these opponents. Some of these guys, you know what I'm saying, it's a little suspect, but it's questionable at the same time. They might just show up, and that Sunday punch might be a Friday punch that we didn't expect on a Saturday night.
Uh-huh. Most definitely. Make sure y'all tap in once again. UsualSuspect6.com because you fit the description. Big up all the clean fighters that don't take no shortcuts, that avoid or detest the use of performance-enhancing drugs and whatnot. Straight working hard. You know what I mean? Hard work and motivation. That's what the clean fighter is about. So salute to all the clean fighters, particularly our clean fighter tonight, Natasha the Nightmare Spence. Once again, if you want to indulge and find out more information on our clean fighter campaign, get you some clean fighter apparel. Once again, go to usualsuspect6.com. Shop Usual on shopusualsuspect6.com as well.
All right, fella, I'm going to be on the move because I'm here to facilitate. I came over to pop up just so I can give me some camera time. But I will, if the fights are interesting, you know I'm going to be right back here to call this fight with you. So until then, everybody, hey, man, tune into the show.
That's what's up. The good Dr. KG of the Usual Suspects. He's out and about, a jack of all trades, behind the mic, helping with the organization of this event. So salute to KG, the good doctor. Once again, you can find them on US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. Shows like Open Mic, featuring yourself, where you get the chance to spit your game and talk your ish, you know what I mean, about this boxing game. You know what I mean? That's on periodically throughout the week. We also got Conversations with KG, where he invites the fighter to the platform and they have real conversations, not no scripted, contrived type of interview, just a real conversation, you know what I mean? So definitely tap into that. Both fighters, Natasha Nightmare Spence as well as Precious Harris-McCray, were featured on Real Conversations with KG about a month ago, right? And it was an interesting show because they was both on at the same time. It was a internet face-off, so to speak. You know what I mean? So when y'all get the chance, go tap into Conversations with KG. All these shows can be found on US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. Again, smash that like button and share that stream if you're watching on the Preliminaries on YouTube. Salute to TD Sports Talk and our guy D Free from the Sports Talk Network. Once again, your boxing content is covered. You know what I mean? Big up the Rolling with the Punches podcast. Tap into that as well. But as I said, unfortunately, or as KG gave us the news that Gilberto Alvarado will not be on the card tonight. Unfortunately, his opponent has fallen ill, and it's the fighter's health that's paramount. So the fight has been canceled. He was supposed to make his debut, Gilberto Alvarado, in the light heavyweight division, but as I said yesterday, he came in 15 pounds overweight. They originally canceled his original opponent, and they found him cruiserweight. But unfortunately, that cruiserweight once again has fallen ill. Just a little tidbit about Gilberto Alvarado. Fights out of the same gym as Jaleel Hackett, the middleweight contender. Jaleel Hackett was he was backstage showing some of the moves that Sergey Daryanchenko was trying to put on him in the clinch. You know what I mean? That was interesting to see. But Jaleel Hackett's a big guy, man. You know what I mean, Jaleel Hackett is solid. He fights at middleweight, but right now he looks at least to be a cruiserweight. You know what I mean? Salute to Jaleel Hackett, doing big things in the middleweight division condition. And we look forward to seeing his climb on Zuffa Boxing. Yes, shout out Zuffa Boxing. Rave reviews from Jaleel Hackett about Zuffa Boxing and how he's been treated, how the whole processes went down. So, yeah, that's definitely something that needs to be noted. We hope to have Jaleel Hackett on one of the shows, if it's not Conversations with KG, maybe Tales from the A side with KG and TD. Might have him on the show, but we're definitely trying to lock in. We're definitely trying to lock in Jaleel Hackett. Again, our first fight of the evening will be in the cruiserweight division. Carlos Franco, the former heavyweight, or his first fight was at heavyweight, fought to a draw against Daniel Fry, who was a winless fighter. I gotta be honest. A winless fighter, he fought to a draw. Carlos has came down a weight. He is looking good during the warm-ups in the back. But he's fighting at his first time at cruiserweight against another debutant in James Williams. James Williams does have the height and reach advantage and an underrated amateur pedigree. 24-2 was his record. So most definitely we look forward to this fight coming up in the cruiserweight division. I think somebody will get knocked out in this first fight. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you're tuning in. We live on TWR Presents. We live on US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub, as well as TD Sports Talk from the Sports Network. Yes, indeed.
Brought to you by Unusual Suspect 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real Conversations with KG.
Right now I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing
And now
Talk.
the co is the main event. So that's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspect Sundays with hard
I'm
hits.
talking about it's really just about stacking this money, man, getting on these singles, staying positive, you know what I'm saying, and putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B side with KG and TD.
Needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
An open mic featuring you.
You know, yeah, that was a close fight. You know, he got dropped a couple times, but I thought
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
Brought to you by Unusual Suspect 6.
A Usual Suspect thing.
Look, US 6 where the real ones politic at. Late night smoke with the fight game where the critics at. Every punchline got a barcode and a timestamp. Receipt talk, we ain't never had to spin facts. Dr. KG with the pressure and the pause. Voice cut through the static and the industry noise. Live from the mud where the coaches still breathe. Where the fans want truth, lot of company feed. No scripts, all pain, all die home table out the blood and the scars. Now the channel got motion from the hoods to the stars. Art fella in the lab like alchemists with the boards. Man, scientists, energy, plotting seasons and scores. Dana Black with the pool picks, sharpen the brand. Made accountability a language they don't understand. Tales from the B-side, let the underdogs vent. Open mic, turn the casual fan militant. Suspect teens get dangerous after dark. When them uncomfortable truths start hitting the heart. We ain't ESPN pilots, we the alleyway version. Where the dialogue raw and the smoke got substance. Fight previews, recaps, community ties. Call-ins from the people, let the real ones decide. Boxing, culture, entertainment all blend. Soul loops, dusty drums, street sermons and sins. This ain't just content, it's survival and code. Built for the fans, tired of narratives getting controlled. So subscribe if you came for the authenticity. Where opinions got facts and the passion got history. US 6, yeah, the movement's still growing. It's a usual suspect team, and the whole world knows.
It's a usual suspect team.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. My man Oddfella and KG, they're live doing the commentating for this fight. We'll also be doing commentating right now, a little break, but we got the opening bout. I believe it's going to start soon. In cruiserweight division, which is Carlos Franco will be taking on James Williams. James Williams is going to be making his debut at cruiserweight. Carlos Franco, this will be his second pro fight.
Yeah.
His first fight was at
We back at it. It's your favorite, your most hated Oddfella.
Draw, but they go Oddfella right
the
now.
Usual Suspect 6, live at the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Complex on August the 22nd, and we here for the Richmond Punch-Out, courtesy of championship-minded promotions. Yes, indeed. Shout out to DJs.
To Yes, Indeed Boxing. Shout out
Got
to
us thoroughly
Shower.
entertaining here as we
Salute.
wait
Yes,
for
indeed.
the first cruiserweight fight. Once again, this will be the only fight shown on the preliminaries. Unfortunately, we had 3 other fights scheduled for the preliminaries to show y'all on the YouTube platforms. Once again, TD Sports Talks, US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub, as well as TWR Present. Fortunately, 3 of those fights got canceled, and we're down to the one preliminary event. If you want to watch the full card, if you want to watch the fully, y'all got to get the pay-per-view on millions.co. Scan the QR code, and it will take you directly to the pay-per-view link. If you can't scan the QR code, go to usualsuspect6.com and scroll down, and you'll be able to find the millions.co pay-per-view link on the website. Most definitely. It only costs $25 American, $35 Canadian. You're getting 2 championship fights and 2 other fights going down. Once again, the cruiserweight fight with Franco, Carlos Franco against James Williams, and the highly touted prospect coming out of Italy, Rocco Vassallo. You know, dig, once again, trying to improve his record to 16-0 with 14 KOs. That comes on a little bit later tonight. But when I first touched down in Richmond, I was able to go to a couple spots. And the first spot I pulled up to was a 6335 restaurant over there on Jank Road in Richmond. They open late, you know what I mean, on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, okay? I pulled up on a Thursday, and it was lit up in there. You know what I mean? It was definitely lit. They had a good amount of people. The vibes were nice. They was playing the verses between Donnell Jones and Joe. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a nice little time. You know what I mean? No beef. The food was great. You know what I mean? I had me some fried fish, some wings and whatnot. And the food's been great out here. You know what I mean? So all that's definitely available at 6335 Restaurant on 6335 Jank Road out there in Richmond. Opens Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. You know what I mean? Late. Specializing in fried fish, shrimp, wings, crab cakes. You know what I mean? They got, I need to try their Old Bay wings. You know what I mean? They also got the sweet chili. They got buffalo, barbecue, and lemon pepper. Never been crazy about no lemon pepper wings, but 6335 definitely got all that, as well as the garlic parm happy hour. I believe that's from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. They got $8 fish baskets, huh? $8 wing baskets. So you get some wings, you get some fish, and you get some fries with that, all for $8. You can't go wrong, you know what I mean? So pull up 6335 Restaurant. It goes down Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. One thing I notice about being in the city is I've been hearing a lot of good R&B. Huh? Anywhere you go and you hear people banging out their systems in their cars, you hearing R&B. Huh? And I was kind of caught off guard with that, but I like it. You know what I mean? I definitely like it. There was a festival going down just outside the hotel in downtown Richmond. I walk out playing some beautiful R&B. You know what I mean? So I was surprised to hear that Richmond is an R&B city. You know what I mean? Salute to Richmond. You know what I mean? Over there, went to the park over by Churchill, overlooking the city. Got to see a little bit of the Shako Bottom. Nice eclectic neighborhoods. And Richmond is a very hilly, one of the most hilliest cities I ever been in. One of the most hilliest downtowns I've ever seen. That's why you see a lot of people walking around in Richmond got some diesel calves. You know what I mean? Because there's some serious inclines, some serious grade issues in Richmond. I hate to see what it look like during the wintertime and there's a snowstorm, because some of these slopes on these roads are hella ridiculous. But Richmond, once again, is an underrated city. It's a beautiful city. And I'm happy to be here. And I'll damn sure come back if Championship Minded Promotions puts on another great event like this. But y'all know what it is. We need to, at the moment, salute the ladies, you know what I mean? Because we here because of the ladies. We here for, first and foremost, female boxing. This is a different era. This is a different time where female athletes can main event a championship card. And this is what we have here. The WBA International Junior Middleweight Champion, Natasha the Nightmare Spence, headlining a Canadian in America against Precious Harris-McCray. That's a beautiful thing. But it ain't just the female boxers. It's the female fans. It's the female content creators that we also have to salute as well. You know, dig? A notoriously underrated demographic. So right here and right now, your favorite yet your most hated all filler from the Usual Suspects 6. I want to give the ladies their flowers. You know what I mean? I want to give the ladies their flowers for making this happen. Once again, salute to ladies like Mary P. You know what I mean? Heavy supporter. Wasn't for Mary P, your boy Arfella probably wouldn't be out here. You know what I mean? I got to salute Yes Indeed Boxing. Great boxing commentary, great boxing discussion, great boxing knowledge from Shawala Ya. Yes Indeed Boxing. Love the sister. You know what I mean? Salute to Ashley's Corner. You know what I mean? Ashley Corner has a great mind for boxing. Y'all need to go tap into her YouTube channel as well. Salute to Jab Queen. You know what I mean? The US 6 definitely recognizes the queens on the rise, and Jab Queen is a queen on the rise in this boxing content-ish. So most definitely salute to Jab Queen. And of course, the queens of the ring, Neek J and Boxing Anna. Yeah. Great platform. Great advocates of the sport. You know what I mean? So once again, salute to all those female boxing fans and all those female content creators, and of course, the female boxers who are the main event for tonight's Richmond Punch-Out, courtesy of Championship-Minded Promotions. Female boxing headlining. There was a card on yesterday. I believe it was on TikTok, led by MVP Promotions. Amanda Serrano was looking for her, was it her 35th or 36th KO? She was trying to break a record. Unfortunately, she was expected to break or continue that or break that knockout record, but she looked kind of pedestrian in that fight. I wasn't able to view the full fight, but from what I've heard from people in my circle that was able to view the whole fight, they say that the Amanda Serrano's opponent arguably won that fight. You know what I mean? So it's interesting to see where Amanda Serrano goes on from here after a tough victory. A victory that could be viewed in as a gift.
To show up. Medical is 8 minutes away, so 8 minutes away from start time. We appreciate your patience and thank you for your continued support of Championship-Minded Promotions and the Richmond Punch-Out. Once again, we are 8 minutes away from start time.
There go the ring announcer. 8 minutes away from Carlos Franco versus James Williams. Once again, Carlos Franco is 0-1. The one draw was in his last fight at heavyweight.
I was about to say,
weighed in at 223 in his last fight against Daniel Fry.
Everybody talk about
tonight. He's coming in under the cruiserweight limit, fighting a debutant in James Williams. Again, he has a amateur record of 24-2.
I'm gonna tell you like this,
and a height and reach advantage at 6'3". So this makes for a definitely interesting fight. James Williams looks like he's here to win. He ain't no B side. He's trying to be the A side. He's really thankful for these opportunities from Championship Minded Promotion. Again, the crowd's filling in. I see the champion has made it in the building. Natasha Nightmare Spence. See her walking over by where the sound production is.
Shout out to man, our fella, man, doing great work right now, man. He's there in the arena live.
Yeah, salute to you, yes indeed, Boxing. I see some of the comments. I see some of the comments in the chat, so I'll be reacting to some of the comments and whatnot. But if you know, you know, and it is what it is. We out here though. US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. Big up K-Rod in the chat. Again, big up TD Sports Talk and D Free from the Sports Talk Network for holding us down, hosting these preliminaries. I'm your host, your favorite yet your most hated odd fella. Your favorite yet your most hated Canadian. I mean, traveled 9 hours to touch down in Richmond to witness history. And I'm expecting to see history, a historical beatdown as such. You know what I mean? Once again, Natasha Nightmare Spence is on a 3-fight winning streak. Put hands and feet on Marcella Cornejo twice in her hometown, Beat Mary McGee. Beat Mary McGee in Washington, D.C., Beat Corneo again, and now we're here in Richmond, Virginia. And I'm expecting an excellent performance. Tasha hasn't been out of camp pretty much. She's been going back to back to back, taking small little breaks in between camps. So she's definitely in one of the greatest shapes of her life. And it showed yesterday at the weigh-in, coming in once again at the limit. Let me also note that Natasha Spence is a champion in 2 weight divisions, simultaneously. We got to put some respect on that. We got to give her flowers because she's defending 154 today, her title at 154 today, but she's also a titleist at the 160-pound division. So salute to Natasha the Nightmare Spence for being a simultaneous champion in 2 different weight classes. Once again, smash that like button and share that stream. Damn right, it's a Usual Suspect thing. Make sure y'all tap in the usualsuspect6.com. If you're trying to watch the full card, you can get the pay-per-view link off of millions.co. Once again, the link is provided on the website. Tap in. It's only $25, $35 on the Canadian side.
Salute to everybody in the chat coming through.
Rolling with the Punchers podcast. Make sure y'all tap into that. They also talk other sports as well. Very knowledgeable on the sport of football. TD Sports likes to talk soccer as well. Over here comparing Devin Haney to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? So tap into Rolling with the Punches podcast. Tap into all these shows over there on TV Sports Talk, D3 and the Sports Talk Network. Yes, indeed. But we're counting down the time before this cruiserweight fight starts. I believe there's maybe a couple minutes left before we finally get some action up in here. Salute to everybody back listening in Canada right now. I mean, I'm hearing there was a major push from the Canadian fan base, and you're the reason why that this is being streamed live on pay-per-view. So salute to all the Canadian fans that have tapped in, you know what I mean, and made this possible. You know what I mean? Salute to my peoples back at the region of Waterloo. Yes. KW, Cambridge, all that, you know what I mean? Natasha the Nightmare Spence is your champion. She's originally born out of Cambridge, fights out of London, fights out of the Boomers boxing gym, but it all started in the Tri-Cities, Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, and there's been a plethora of great fighters out of that area. You say who, Jay Steels? Who, odd fella, has came out of Kitchener? We ain't never heard of the KW before. Well, let me tell you, you had two great brothers by the name of Fitzroy Vanderpool, Sid Vanderpool. They fought out of Kitchener. And, of course, the great Lennox Lewis, who has a street named after him in Kitchener, Ontario. And now we have Natasha the Nightmare Spence out of Cambridge. So once again, a talent hotbed in the Tri-Cities. Again, salute to all my people in the region, the region of Waterloo. Big up everybody listening in the Steel City, Hammertown. Yeah. Y'all know what it is.
Salute to everybody in the building. We almost there, a few minutes away. I believe they're waiting for the big ambulance truck to come through, aka the medicals to show up, and then they can get underway. You know what I'm saying? So they said 8 minutes a few minutes ago. So I think we got a few minutes to go, and we'll be underway. We'll be showing one of the prelims. Supposed to be 3 fights. If you heard earlier, you know, Oddfella and KG, they were on. They said a couple fights fell through or canceled for various reasons. But we'll be showing one, and you guys can, you know, for $25 can watch the main card. The main card with the main event with the Nightmare Natasha, the Nightmare Spence taking on, you know, Precious Harris-McCray. It's a big fight at super welterweight, 154-pound division. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a good fight. You know, we had Natasha Spence on our show a couple of times.
Yeah, we also had Dion Fox in the crowd tonight.
Oh, okay. They go to commentating. And we also have Precious McCray on as well. You know what I'm saying? So
all of Richmond is turning out for this
big fight
punch
in
out
Richmond,
tonight.
Virginia. The Richmond
Two
punch
men
out.
hop into this ring and give it everything they've got. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Remember, don't give up.
Yep. And as you see there, my man Oddfella is doing the color commentating. I don't know if he's doing play-by-play or color commentating, but either way, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal for the
Okay,
UFC.
so interesting. We have Muhammad Ali's.
This is dope. You know what I'm saying? So
wife in the building.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali's
salute
wife.
to her for pulling up,
That's what's up.
supporting championship female boxing at its highest level. Again, Make sure y'all tap into championshipminded.com for future boxing events. This brother over here has a knack for putting on great boxing cards and consistently. Yes. Rumble at the Raceway. Had a card at the Richmond train station. So, yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing what's next. But this is definitely a nice little event center. Once again, we 20 minutes outside of downtown Richmond in the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Complex. I'm hearing this was a former mall that wasn't doing too well, so they just turned it into a sports and entertainment center. You know what I mean? There's renewal, urban renewal and urban conversion going on everywhere over this in this city of Richmond. You see a lot of urban renewal projects. Those old red brick warehouses and those red brick factories being converted into sustainable housing, sustainable commercial districts. So I definitely like what I'm seeing out here in Richmond. The vibe is nice. Once again, people are out on the streets having a good time. And it's not the people you see in the streets with they back hunched over. We're not seeing zombies out here, people. We're seeing regular folks of all walks and races being successful out here in Richmond. So once again, this is an underrated city, and I definitely love to come back.
Let me just add to that before Oddfellow speaks again. The promoter of this fight, Jonathan Johnson, has promoted a couple other fights in Richmond as well. Last year, they had a nice little card in Richmond last year in July, where you had Nick the Quick Sullivan. He was on the card. You know, he's a big name. He was formerly with Golden Boy. We also had him on the show Tales from the B-Side. And Jerry Forrest was on the card as well. So this guy trying to do big things. You know, it's not easy promoting. It's not easy doing events and fight cards because things like, you know, cancellations and things happen. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we had a few in this fight. We were supposed to have at least 7 to 8 fights, and it got, you know, shortened to 4 today. So, but, you know, things like that happen. So he's trying, but they do get good turnouts, decent turnouts in the city. They do well. You know what I'm saying? The arena has filled in well.
We're back at it. I'm your host, your favorite, your most hated Oddfellow. Once again, courtesy of Championship Minded Promotions. We at the Richmond PunchOut. About to get this first fight started at any second now. Cruiserweight fight. Carlos Franco versus James Williams.
Big time.
It's going to be a 4-rounder, but I don't think it's going to last no 4 rounds. No siree. Next after that, we have the Italian sensation Rocco Vassallo, you know what I mean, going up against a seasoned veteran in Gregorio LeBron. After that, we got the fighting man from the Stewart clan, Henry Stewart. Fights out of Baltimore, but originally from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He'll be fighting his best opponent to date out of Mexico, Francisco Ruiz. And of course, for the main event, we have Natasha, the Nightmare Spence, the reigning WBA International Junior Middleweight Champion, going against Precious Harris-McCray. Indeed, she's coming off of a loss. Her last fight was an L, but she's looking like she's made some changes in her camp. She's left the continental United States and moved over to Egypt and now resides and trains in Egypt. You know what I mean? And apparently is getting some good work over there. But I must reiterate, she missed weight on the first attempt on Friday at the weigh-in. But we have a fight tonight, y'all. We have a championship fight. Once again, salute to the ladies. Female boxing is hitting right now, for real. Female boxing is on top right now because there's no duckery. There's no tea sipping talk. If a fighter wants to make a fight, these fights get made. There's no, oh, look at your resume. Oh, look how much losses you got. No, they ready to get to it, So once again, salute to these these female boxers that are holding down the sport of boxing right now. We still waiting on the welterweight division to get their act together on the male side, Once again, shout out to Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment that was firing shots heavily at some of these fighters that are dragged from Norfolk, but Keyshawn was majorly disappointed. Majorly disappointed in him for not taking that Devin Haney fight, but apparently he's been signed up to fight Jack Catterall. I'll take that. I'll take a Jack Catterall fight on a big undercard as well, or on a big card coming up as well. But we'll see if that gets announced officially. But those are the rumor mills that Keyshawn Davis will be matched up with Jack Catterall. Shakur Stevenson, highly disappointed in him as well. Of course, there's no argument that it seemed like he's ducked the fight with Devin Haney. But what other fights is available to Shakur Stevenson? There's no talk surrounding him. Who's his next opponent? He recently went over there and signed with Zuffa, which I don't mind. You know what I mean? I don't mind, but you know what I don't like is when these guys go over to Zuffa and they're not flying the Zuffa flag. He's still talking on some, yeah, I want to get some other belts and this and that. No, bro. If you over there at Zuffa, fight those Zuffa opponents. So I'm with, if they putting El Rayo in front of you, go ahead and clean up El Rayo and stop all this tea sipping talk on the internet. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. I'm tired of the tea sipping that's going on in boxing. There's too much tea sipping in male boxing right now, and these are the major contributors to it. Drinking all that Earl Grey, drinking all that orange Pico. Yo, put that to the side. We ready for some smoke.
I used to break the times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, shine like this. In a matter of time I spent was locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on the wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. As short as you.
Trying to tune out the music a little bit. So excuse me if it goes a little mute. I'm don't want to play too much of the music. You know what I mean?
Now I got these daggone fights that fell through, messed him up badly.
Yeah, this because it's supposed to start at 6, and here we are at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
Richmond. The vibes are right, and we about to get down to these fights. Once again, only one fight will be aired for the preliminaries on TD Sports Talk, US6 Sports and Entertainment Hub, as well as TWR presents. Make sure if you want to watch the full card, make sure if you want to watch the full card to go buy the pay-per-view on millions.co. Richmond PunchOut.
Somebody need to tell KG he should have got suited up. KG could have been a replacement. I think KG could make cruiserweight. I think we should have got KG on the fight card. On the fight
I was
card.
about to say, he could have put KG out there. KG bigger than him.
He should have been the substitute. And then with Oddfella doing the commentating, like he could trip the other fighter up. He's right there at the ring, could reach out, trip it, like they do in wrestling. Is that 6 with the 3 minutes? It was supposed to start at 6. It was supposed to be. We were supposed to show like 3 fights. So now we're only going to show 1 fight, and then the other 3 fights, you guys gonna have to buy the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? We can't show it on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. But I have the fight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I'm starting to see now they got different camera angles. I thought they was gonna point the camera at me the whole night. You know what I mean? I am a handsome. Yeah. Your favorite, your most hated. Jay Steele's the R fella. Your host for tonight. Once again, salute to all those clean fighters. Salute to Quentin Randall. Big up our guy, Ofacio Falcone Jr. Salute to Brian Norman Jr., clean fighter. Salute to Debo Devin Haney, clean fighter. Salute to Shadeja Green, the sweet Terminator, another clean fighter. And of course, the featured clean fighter will be on tonight. Will be on tonight on the main event. Natasha the Nightmare Spence. Support your clean fighters by picking up some clean fighter tees from ShopUsualSuspect6.com. A percentage of the profits will be going directly to the fighters, so it's definitely a great cause. Support your clean fighters.
We want to give a shout out to All Sports Surfacing, Edward Smith. Good sponsor of this. Shout out to you, Eddie. Don't Give Up Podcast.
Oddfellow, you're going to be doing, I don't know if you can hear me. Or
shout out Lewis Hamilton, who will be pulling up from time to time and assisting me with this fight call.
You two's gonna kill me for the music. You're gonna kill us all. You're gonna kill us all.
But the crowd's getting a little bit restless, y'all.
I didn't put it on you.
Getting a little bit restless.
I put it on my kick.
I just got a request to.
I hope they're serving good drinks over there, so everybody, be good. They better be serving alcohol.
Oh yeah, they most definitely.
Yeah, I just got a request to do some live commentary. I'm like, brother, you could go ahead and watch it on TV. That's how it is at live events. You don't have a commentator commentating you for commentating the whole fight. That's only on TV. That's only on live stream, brother. That's only on TWR Presents, TD Sports Talk, and the US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub on YouTube. Huh? Once again, we're only showing one fight on the preliminaries. Apologies that for everybody that was expecting to see a good 2-3 fights, but those matchups got canceled. But we still got 4 great fights for you. 3 of them on the pay-per-view card. Once again, we're about to embark on some cruiserweights. I'm a so-called or a quote-unquote cruiserweight aficionado. Huh? Out of all the mandem in the US 6, yeah, I said mandem. Out of all the mandem in the US 6, I'm that guy that pays attention to the cruiserweights. Huh? And we definitely got a interesting cruiserweight on the card tonight as the co-main support in Henry Stewart, undefeated Canadian, 8-0, 6 KOs, currently holds that World Boxing Federation title. And he has something in store if he's successful with a victory tonight. He has something in store for y'all. You know what I mean? So I'll definitely be looking forward to that. But there's some decent Canadian cruiserweights coming up. It's definitely about to start. Salute to Celicia Plummer in the chat. Wipe me down. Wipe me down.
We're about to turn into a club in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just pause the show for a minute until they get back.
It looked like the announcer about to get in the ring. Calling the fighters out.
What do you? All right, it looks like they're about to start. The announcer's in the ring. Let's see what's up.
Got something I think is on the pop, and Richmond PunchOut is about to start. Once again, shout out to Championship Minded Promotion. Let's go inside the ring.
Since the last time you saw me, I apologize for the delay, but we are ready for fight time. Richmond PunchOut and game-related sports agency and the Henrico Sports and Entertainment System with the Commonwealth of Virginia Department of Professional and Occupational Regulations of Boxing, Martial Arts, and Professional Wrestling Advisory Board. The Executive Director is Kate Nosebish. The Commissioner is Jermaine Gray. The Deputy Commissioner is Vernon Porter. The officials for tonight's contest, the ringside officials is Dr. Randy Chisholm. The judges are Jim Ansbro, Mark D'Attilio, Wayne Smith. The referees tonight, you'll see Dave Braslow and Michelle Myers. Your timekeeper is Mac Daddy McCadden. Your locker room expectors are Lamont Clayton, Devon Good, Arthur Davis, Daryl Goldsmith, and Corey Nichols. Before we introduce the first fighters, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Mike King Biz from ESPN Radio, Crazy Tees, You Play Indoor Soccer, Community-Minded Partnerships, 6335 Restaurant. And once again, we'd like to thank our distinguished guests in the house tonight. We have Jaleel Hackett. We also have Deborah King, the daughter of Don King, who is celebrating his 95th birthday this year. Also, we have Anna, the godmother of boxing, here with us tonight. Now all of the fun stuff is begun. Let's get this show on the road. I'm losing my professionalism and I'm ready to get it started. Richmond, are you ready? That was good enough for me if I was in church on Sunday, but Richmond, are you ready? Then it's fight time. Let's get ready for Richmond PunchOut. Making his professional debut in the blue corner from Norfolk, Virginia, is James Chettaman Williams.
Again, James Williams in his debut. Originally from Hampton, Virginia, fighting out of Norfolk. This man stands at a good height, 6'3".
And his opponent in the red corner, from Bad News, Virginia, representing Puerto Rico, it's Carlos Carnage Franco.
Making his debut at cruiserweight. Once again, that last fight was at heavyweight, and he only made it to draw. So he's looking for something impressive, looking for a knockout victory. Has somewhat of a celebrity cachet. The international, world-renowned gangster, Crip Mac, gave him a shout-out for this fight. It's Carlos Franco. He's ready and warmed up. Both fighters are ready and warmed up. Again, James Williams is very
once again, ladies
happy
and gentlemen,
for this opportunity.
In the blue corner, making his professional debut from Norfolk, Virginia, is James Chettaman Williams. And in the red corner, representing Puerto Rico, from Newport News, Virginia, it's Carlos Carnage Franco.
It's going down, y'all.
Your referee in charge of this bout is Dave Braslow.
And we is about to start this cruiserweight fight. Once again, James Williams is a debutant in his first fight. Carlos Franco is his second fight. First fight at cruiserweight. James Williams was brought into the sport by his mother, Caroline Louise Williams. Brought him into the sport at 9 years old. Unfortunately, she died when he was 12. But said, yo, I got to continue this sport for her. And he's here right now doing his thing. Starts out with the jab.
Okay. Looking to get
Franco's
physical.
trying to get close.
Looking to get physical. That's a push down.
Franco looked like he caught him with an uppercut, but
Oh, the referee called it a knockdown. We got to count. First knockdown of the night. All right, let's get it.
There seems to be some nervousness here. He needs to tuck that chin.
These guys are fighting with early jitters. Everybody smothering, falling into each other. See if somebody can settle themselves. Franco is coming with heavy aggression. Referee's getting a workout.
Franco doesn't look like he's afraid of anything that James is throwing at him. He's just walking in trying to terminate.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he can hold this type of stamina,
See
though.
if he can weather this first round and get some tutelage from his corner so he can settle himself.
Oh, hit him with a clean one there. That right hand puts him down. Second knockdown in a fight, and I think James Williams is hurt from this one, but he's trying to get up. He's up at 8.
That's the fight, folks.
James Williams said he didn't want no more after that. Got handled in the corner.
Carlos Franco with the first round knockout.
Wow.
Carlos hit him with that right hand, and James Williams crumpled in the corner. Finished where he started, back in the blue corner, KG. I said he finished where he started, back in the blue corner, KG.
Exactly. Exactly. He found a way, and he didn't want it anymore.
I feel like he just was overwhelmed and just couldn't handle it. That's
Carlos
my
victory.
point of view.
Carlos Franco earns his first victory.
He was a little nervous his first knockout, and he just got overwhelmed.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I saw.
It only seemed like it lasted a minute.
Then he quit. He couldn't take it.
It didn't last that long. It was rather fast. So, yeah.
Joe say he blamed you, Thomas.
James Williams seemed that he was complaining about.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, something up with his head. He got hit behind the head or something.
The referee has called a stop to this contest, and the winner in the red corner, Carlos Carnage Franco.
Hey, Mr. Shelton, I'm gonna blame the ring announcer for doing the R the way he did. And Franco,
Carlos Franco has a successful debut at cruiserweight, picking up the first round knockout over James Williams.
He want to sound like the professional announcers that be doing it on TV.
Will he stay at cruiserweight?
Will he stay at cruiserweight?
Franco.
How active will he be? We shall see.
You only supposed to roll the R.
To be honest, he didn't look bad at cruiserweight. No. But I wanted to see another round to see if he was able to sustain that activity.
I saw a lot of aggression. Wasn't a lot of control. It was a lot of aggression. No. And you know when you're leading with a lot of aggression, you tend to smother a lot of things. But him being able to still throw those short punches with the taller, rangier fighter, he had him in a way that he couldn't figure out Carlos Franco, because Franco smothered everything but still was able to land the clubbing punches on the inside.
You think James Williams should have clinched more?
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
indeed, he should have. He should have held on. Understand the landscape that he's in. Maybe catch a glimpse at the clock. So he could have made it to the corner and found out what the corner may have had for him. If the corner may have had any extra knowledge that may have helped him being able to, or let him know just to get on his feet.
Yeah.
You being a taller fighter, utilize the ring, move around.
I agree.
We got a lot of landscape here.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Well, once
and
again,
in the corner, they got a different view. They might be able to see things that he can't see and let him know what to do. You know?
US 6 Sports and Entertainment Hub and the TWR presents. This will be the end of our prelims Once again, I'd like to apologize. There's supposed to be 3 fights for y'all, but of course, 3 of those fights got canceled. If y'all want to continue to watch the fights later on tonight, the upcoming fights between Rocco Vasallo, the upcoming Cruiserweight Championship between Henry Stewart and Francisco Ruiz, the upcoming main event Junior Middleweight Championship between Natasha Nightmare Spence and Precious Harris-McCray, you have to buy the pay-per-view. On Millions.co, $25 American, $35 if you across the border over there in Canada. QR code is provided on the screen, or tap into usualsuspect6.com. Salute to TD Sports and D Free for hosting us this evening. Once again, tap into Millions.co with the Richmond PunchOut, championshipminded.com.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for the prelims. I appreciate everybody coming through. Hopefully, you guys are able to get the pay-per-view. I will be recording it on my end, and we'll try to make shorts and stuff out of the card, just because I want to record Oddfella and KG doing the commentating in the back. So I'll definitely do that, and they'll probably reproduce that the best they can. They're pretty good at doing shorts and videos. So,
yeah. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed that first round knockout. I mean, that was all we got a chance to see tonight. Like they said, one of the couple of the fights was canceled due to a fighter's health, so we didn't get a chance to show the other fights.
yeah. So that's our time, guys. We appreciate you guys coming through. Look out for us, man. We're going to be coming in heavy this week with the football, the NFL talk. We're going to be doing that. We'll do some fight recaps as well. You know what I'm saying? Go follow our man D Free. You know what I'm saying? His channel. He does a lot of the football content. We'll be doing that as well as we'll be doing our picks every week. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
We'll be doing our picks also and giving you the winning picks every week. You know, we're pretty consistent on our picks. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we also have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? But definitely appreciate everybody coming through. D Free, appreciate you coming out, rocking with us and helping me, you know, do this. Even though we didn't do the commentating, but it was pretty cool to see Oddfella and KG do that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, not a problem, man. You already know. Yeah. This is what
all
we
right,
do.
Guys. We'll check you out in the next one, man. You guys be safe. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Enjoy your fights tonight. Go check out the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? $25. And then after that, you can tune in and watch you know, the Teofimo Rowley fight, because that's the only really fight on that card, you know what I mean? And of course, D Free's cousin, you know, Gary Antonio Russell.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
usualsuspect6.com.
Yeah. The good doctor, KG, white coat over all black. Prescription for the truth, they allergic to the contact. Cadillac, red beltway, smoking a dialogue. Chrome voice, street sermon, drag sparks through the catalog. Oddfella, aka Dana Black. Calm mind in the madness, turn a circus to a classic. Make the chaos look practical. Stay ready, mag, what go down with the room still. Wide as a lock safe, heavy as a truth pill. 503 line, Houston hunger in the bloodline. One clip crack the code, now the timeline doing drug lines. You at 6'5", finger fold, now the fifth speak fluent. Make pain sound rich, turn pressure into movement. Boxing full of false gods, selling dreams to believers. We pull facts from the mud, wash the dirt off the